Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Graham Tire presents life's greatest adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart-Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Where there's smoke, there's flavor, and there's plenty of it at the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market. Award-winning old world recipes made in Lincoln since 1984 with many flavors of smoked sausage and brats to choose from. The Smokehouse has something special for every season: brats and sausages for the grill, beef sticks and beef jerky for snacking, and smoked salmon, smoked turkey, or smoked hams for your holiday feast. Stop by the Smokehouse at Super Savor and Russ's Market today to fulfill your search for real flavor.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's been a busy day in sports. A lot has happened while you were up to your eyeballs in work. Catch up on what went down in Nebraska athletics, college sports, and your favorite pro sports leagues. This is Late Night in Lincoln, live on 93.7 The Ticket. Sponsored by Canopy Street Market. Here is your host, Nick Whyman.
Welcome in, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It is a busy evening. Nebraska basketball currently down 37-24 with under a minute to play in the first half against the UCLA Bruins. Nebraska shooting 2 of 14 last time I checked from the three-point line, and it's been a gutsy game. It's kind of what you expected. Nebraska was down a half against USC, and we'll have a lot to talk about after this one goes final. Harris and me will be here past the midnight hour, it looks like, as this game started a little later, and then Austin Norman will chime in on the post-game show. That'll be immediately after the final buzzer sounds, whenever that is tonight. So if you're a night owl, get your coffee. We'll be here all night. But I wanted to start off the show tonight here in Late Night Lincoln on 93.7 The Ticket. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, X, or Allo Channel 961, truly appreciate you. We have a special guest with the girls' state basketball tournament starting tomorrow. I thought it would be a good idea to bring on one of the coaches who has been around for a while. Let's bring him in right now. We have Wally Johnson, head coach of the Norris Titans, #1 seed in Class B. This is a I would say I've spent time with Wally from time to time. I'll say the least. We've spent some nights at PBA together, some late nights, some long nights, long time on the road and whatnot. And now here we are, almost midnight. Wally, thank you for joining me here late in the evening. It's hard to get guests in at this time of the hour, but I expect you're a night owl, and you look like you're prepping probably. You got a day of rest, but getting right back into it at PBA. Wally, how you been? How you doing, my man?
I'm good. It's been a great 2 weeks here to end the season. Today was an eventful day, full day of school, great practice after school, and then took my son to Supreme tryouts tonight. Love sitting through that for an hour and a half. And then come home to my Kansas Jayhawks losing by 10 at Arizona State, and now the Huskers are down. So.
Been a while.
We're hoping all the bad luck gets taken tonight, and then we got good luck coming down the road.
Yeah, I mean, basketball never stops. Not only for you, your daughter playing at Doane, I believe, still Ella Johnson. Still, basketball runs deep in your family. I wanted to bring you on because not only I have the connection with you and whatnot, and Norris is just down the road here from Lincoln. I'm here on 1040 O Street, and you're just down the road in Firth and whatnot, Hickman area. State basketball this time of year is special. We are covering all the games at Pinnacle Bank starting tomorrow all the way to Saturday. Every single game will be on the airwaves from 9 o'clock in the morning, starting tomorrow with Dundee County, Stratton, and Loomis, all the way until tomorrow night, capping it off as well. So it's a great time. It's an awesome time. I guess talk about what it's like from your perspective as a coach to be able to be inside that arena and be able to just be a part of that moment, but also kind of just explain to people who you are. You're Wally Johnson. We have the name bar and whatnot, but who are you? How many years have you been at Norris, and where have you come from? Like where are your stomping grounds and whatnot? I may know this answer, but let the viewers know.
So grew up in Elgin, Nebraska, Northeast Nebraska, multi-sport athlete, average at best, probably. Went to Wayne State, attempted to play basketball there a few years. Met my wife there at Wayne, and then my first job was in St. Edward, Nebraska, D2 school, boys basketball coach for 7 years, and then made the jump to girls in Louisville, Nebraska. Was there for 18 years, head coach for 16, I believe, and then the opportunity, I guess, presented itself to make the jump to Norris, which, I applied just throwing my name in the hat, didn't think I'd get a sniff because I'm just, average Joe, I think. And come to find out, I guess everything happens for a reason. So here I am 4 years later at Norris and feel pretty fortunate to be here.
Yeah, and you've had some quite success, quite a ton of players who have gone through the program, been to state every year. You've been there. I now that leads into my question. What's it like to be at state? You've had multiple players who have been able to play. Your daughter's been able to play at state and represent the Norris community, which is a very strong following, not only in basketball, but in a lot of things like football, basketball, baseball, track, you name it. There's a following. What's it like to not only represent that program, but also that community down there?
Well, it's an honor. You pinch yourself whenever you think about where you're at, as far as I'm concerned here at Norris. We're a unique setting. The school's out in the middle of a cornfield. It looks like a small college campus, K-12 school district. And just for an example, Thursday, when we leave to head to Lincoln for our ball game, we're going to load the bus. We're going to have fire trucks and county sheriff cars out in front of us. We're going to make a little tour through campus, and all the kids will be outside for a send-off, a little 5-minute parade throughout campus, and then we're on our way. So there's a lot of really neat traditions at Norris. From my perspective, you said it. I mean, it's amazing. Our school is made up of small towns that surround Norris, 7 or 8 small villages or towns. And we get so many great kids that are great people and just so happen to be great athletes. And then there's so much support for one another, whether it be basketball to volleyball or girls sports to boys sports or football to basketball. And we're all there supporting each other. We pack the gym night in and night out. Football games are packed. So it's a really, really neat venue and just a unique place to be. And I think I don't know, it's just special. It's hard to explain, but
I see
if
where
you're
you're
a part of it, you understand it.
I've been lucky, and it's a privilege to sit in that gym. The Titan Dome is what they call it for volleyball, basketball, whatnot. So many stories and memories have been made in that stadium. On our text line here, 402-464-575, we have Todd York's chiming. Wally, the average Joe, he loves it. So yeah, we got to getting people are awake watching along. Talk about this. Talk about what it's been like during your time at Norris. I've mentioned you made state a couple of times. Kind of run me through a couple of those games. Obviously, you've had some close calls, some close games and whatnot in the first round. And how was that kind of a fuel to this team? Because a lot of the same players who've been a part of those close games in the first round of the tournament, how has that kind of inspired what this group has become in the 2025-2026 season?
Yeah, we have these guys have really shaped into who they are over a 4 or 3 or 2 or maybe even a 1 year span, depending upon how old they are. But I remember my first year here, we qualified for the state tournament, and being my first year as a head coach, we got to face Prince for 3 times that season, regular season, conference tournament, and then the first round of the state tournament. Always gave her a great battle, but never came out on top. And then the next year, we faced Beatrice, who we beat twice before during the regular season, and then just didn't have a great start in that game in the first round. And I think we were down, if memory serves, 16 or 17 points to start the fourth quarter.
Yep.
We actually had the lead and the ball with maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. And then unfortunately turned the ball over and fouled, and they hit some free throws, which sunk us there. But and then last year we came as the 8 seed. I think we've been the 8 seed every year up until this year. But we faced Scott first round, played a really good first half. I think went into the locker room with maybe an 8-point lead at half, and then just kind of went cold offensively. And of course, it didn't hurt them that they had a D1 ASU commit that kind of took over the second half. But really proud of our kids and how we fought. And then we've always had the philosophy of we want to schedule, some of the toughest teams to prepare our kids for that time of the season at the end. So looking at the computer rankings, the NEB preps, we have the second toughest schedule in Class B right behind Elkhorn North. And then even though we've lost to Bennington twice this year, once in overtime, and then once to Marion, Class A Marion on the road, we got the nod just because we edged him in PowerPoints. But, Izzy Tidball is kind of we call it the straw that stirs the drink. She's our straw. She does a little bit of everything. She's a great leader, humble servant leader. Always keeps our coaching staff, keeps our players in line. And then, she just has a desire to get it done this year. You kind of see a different focus point in Izzy and how she has approached the game. And then we've had several freshmen, Marley Emerson, Landry Gates, Allie Bornschlegel, they've all played the state tournament. This will be their third year now. So we have some really good experience coming back, and Rosalind Matson, Ray Wagner, and then Callan Stoffer is a great addition that we got this year. So they've all had experience. We've all been kind of excited to be there in years past, but we kind of have a mission that we're on, and we call it Mission Possible right now. So we're looking forward to the first round matchup with Blair, who we know is a very good team, and that's a tough draw as a 1 seed going up against somebody like Blair.
I mean, I hate to mention, but the conference you're in, this comes up. This is like something like, we know each other from the past. It feels like it's something you got to talk about when you talk about Norris and whatnot. So you look at the Class B state bracket. I have it up in front of me. You guys are the 1 seed. You guys will play Blair, who's also in the Eastern Midlands Conference. You go down to the same side of the bracket. The 4 seeds, Gretna East, Plain City. Gretna East is also in that same conference, the EMC. Then you have Bennington, who's the 2 seed, undefeated so far this year. They're playing Scottsbluff. Bennington, the Badgers, also a member of that state conference. And then you have Pius and Beatrice wrapping up. So half the field in the Class B girls state basketball tournament are not only in the same conference, but very familiar with one another. I assume there's no secrets between you guys, Blair, Gretna East, and Bennington, what to expect out of one another.
Yeah, we talk all the time, the conference coaches, that our conference regular season schedule is a state tournament schedule. You're facing state tournament caliber teams pretty much week in and week out. And, you have to go search for some pretty good competition to outdo what we normally see on a regular basis in our conference. And that's just how it's been for a long time, I think. In talking to our conference coaches at conference meetings, we all take pride in how good our conference is, and we want to have those battles because we know it's going to get us to where we want to be at the end of the season. Like now, I think last year we may have had, did we have 4, maybe 5 teams in the field of 8 last year in Class B?
I think it was 5 because Waverly was in there as well, and then York was in there. Yeah, so I believe it was 5 because Bennington was there last year as well. You guys were there. That's just not just basketball. It's a conference in Class B where you're going to find, 4 or 5 teams sneaking into a state tournament or a state berth, regardless of the sport. It's just the beauty of Class B basketball.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about your as a season. You're familiar with Blair and whatnot. What were some kind of key moments throughout the year? Obviously, there's the highs and lows of the season. I mean, you guys have had a lot of highs, 22-3 on the season. Obviously 3 losses, Bennington being one of those. What are some key moments? Not only that, but just talk about, because, there's some injuries that happen over the season. Kind of talk about what are kind of the highs and lows of the season. How do you, as a coach, kind of have to control that? Because, this is a veteran group, a lot of experience, a lot of games logged, a lot of minutes. How do you kind of control it as a coach and what, come to the table and whatever to get everything together before postseason comes crawling around?
Yeah, a lot of times we talk about we need to control the controllables because there's some things that we just can't control. For instance, Allie Bornschlegel was a staple for us last year as a starter. She's only played the last 8 games because she's been out to a broken foot earlier in the season. So she's kind of still in the beginnings of, her season right now, experience-wise, but she's making great progress and doing really good things in practice. So we love seeing that. Marley Emerson, she turned her ankle in the Gretna East Conference tournament game, which was right after Christmas, around Christmas break time. She missed 5 games in there. We had some illness as everybody does, it just kind of slowly took its toll through our team. Fingers crossed that's all gone now. So we've had our fair share of adversity, which has allowed other kids to step up, and has proven valuable because our bench is deep and strong. But it also makes us better in practice with all that experience that they've had, because there's a lot of confidence within the team to go at each other. So our practices are really competitive. The other thing that we know is people scout. Class B coaches are really good at scouting, so they know what you're going to run. And the other thing we talk about in practice is that sometimes the other team's going to know what we're throwing at them, and we just got to be better at execution than our opponent. So the downs for sure. I mean, I'm not sure that their downs, I guess. But going to Milford early in the season on the road at Milford was a great early test for us. And man, they are good. They are really, really good.
Okay, so I was looking at the bracket across the board. C1 is a crazy class. Like,
Yeah,
Central City's got like 3 losses, and they're the 8th seed. Like, that's crazy. Like,
yeah,
if you have any other class, they're probably a top 3 seed, but C1 is a animal.
yeah. And Milford is as good as any Class B or Class A team that we played this year. So really, really good early contest for us. And then, the gauntlet of EMC schools that you play. I would say probably the toughest stretch we went through was right around that conference tournament time where we had, CC Gardner had a bad back. Marley Emerson's laid up with an ankle. I think Rosen Madsen might have been down with the flu. I mean, like we limped into that conference tournament, and going into that championship game at Bennington, it's kind of like, what? All we can get is what we can get right now, and whatever happens. At some point, we're going to step up, and somebody's going to be called upon to fill in those shoes, and kids did. I think we lost that game by 8 or 9, and then we bounced back and play them again later in the season, regular season at home, and take them to overtime. We had our opportunities, I think, in regulation at the end, but what a great battle. And I love going up against John from Bennington. He's great coaching staff over there. Really, really big kudos to him. And he's got a great team with some super talent, and they're super young, kind of like, Blair's pretty young too. But I think our highest point was probably Pius. That was probably our best game of the season so far. We're shooting the ball well. We defended really well. And, the score kind of spoke for itself there.
I was going to talk. So I don't know if you know this is the 50th anniversary of the girls state basketball tournament in Nebraska. 50 years to be a part of that. There's several teams across the board. There's 8 teams in each class, and Norris gets to be one of them. And to have this group who has not only they've played in competitive games across the board, but now they're part of the 50th anniversary of this tournament. What does that mean as their coach to see them go out there and to be able to represent this over the next course of the next couple days?
Huge honor. And just to see in that 50 years, to see where the game of women's basketball has gone from where it started from to where it is now. Just, you get up on those Saturday mornings of championship basketball, and NET goes through all those older pictures and what it used to look like with the uniforms and the ball in the gym. And now look where we're at. We get to go to Pinnacle Bank Arena and go play our first round game. And with the following that we have, we get a pack one side of the gym, and our student section is so good at state tournaments.
School canceled on Thursday, or no? Because you guys get the 1:30 tip.
Kids have to go to school through third period, and then they're free to sign out to come to the game. So more or less, there might be about, I don't know, a dozen kids in school and a dozen teachers. So we'll see.
I know what decision I would make if I was in high school at Norris that day. I think that's the right decision to make. Before I let you go, talk a little bit about Blair. I mean, you mentioned, they have been a team that's kind of been on the come up. They've been, you saw it a little bit last year, the signs of them getting a little better. And now they're here at state, and they've been a team that's kind of been, make a district final, but they've never been able to get past that round. And now they're there and they're facing you. And it's a state tournament. 1/8 seed doesn't mean anything. You got to go out there and play, regardless if you're the 1 seed, the 8 seed, the 4 seed, the 5 seed. You have to come out and play. And they're a team that what do you know about Blair? What do they kind of bring to the table?
Well, whether you're a 1 or an 8, you're at the state tournament, so you've at least proven something. So it's anybody's tournament to get. Whoever's playing well has a great chance. Blair brings a lot of different things. They're really, really good defensively at their 2-3 zone, which kind of gave us fits when we went up there earlier in the regular season. Their guards, Field Girl, she's super fast and super strong. I think she's getting D1 offers in soccer as a sophomore. So, that's some talented athlete there. But the way coach has them playing that 2-3 zone, they extend it. The ball goes into the paint and they kind of swarm it. But with that speed and the knowledge and confidence in their zone, they just make it tough to score. And then something that we kind of pride ourselves on is our transition in playing fast basketball. And they kind of have the same philosophy a little bit with their speed. So they're able to sometimes stop that transition. But we prepared a little bit to play against that zone. And the last time we played, I think it was 37-35. So it wasn't exactly an offensive juggernaut of a game. We shot 7 for 17 from the free throw line, which wasn't helpful. And then I think also had about 17 turnovers. So it wasn't one of our best games.
But hey, you guys are the one seed. Bennington undefeated on the other side. 1:30 tip on Thursday. That is correct for Norris, number 1 seed in Class B, playing number 8 Blair. It looks like Nick Sainer and Jay Foreman will be on the call for that game. 93.7 The Ticket will be on the call for that one. I will be here more than likely, but Friday night, if you guys can get past that game, I might stop by and say some hi to some familiar faces. Thank you for joining me, Wally. It means a lot. Good luck to you and the Titans. I'm assuming, Norris is going to have a strong following as always down at PBA. They had the following and state volleyball season, as always, won Class B state title for the 2nd consecutive year. Regardless of sport, like we said, Wally, thank you for joining me here. Truly appreciate you.
You bet. Thank you. I'd like to give one more shout out though. This is Coach Mark Hegerman is retiring this year. So that's something that we kind of want to get him to go out on top too and send him off in a fashionable way.
Yeah, my first year covering, being able to see you guys was Mark Hagerman's last year, and he made it to state that year with that team. I'm trying to think who was on that team. That was like Ella Waters, Sydney Jelinek. That senior class got to state. I believe they also ran into Britt Prince, ironically. I mean, it's crazy how all the EMC teams somehow ran into her at some point. I mean, that was the Elkhorn North. It's Britt Prince. I mean, it's hard to go against her. I don't know how you scout her against a coach. Got to do what you got to do. Just got to hope. But now she's in Nebraska, so that's just how the cookie crumbles. But thank you, Wally Johnson. Means a lot. Wally Johnson, Norris girls basketball coach. He will be leading the Titans into the state tournament. They will be playing Thursday, 1:30 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena against the 8 seed, the Blair Bears. When we come back, I believe Harrison Arns is going to join me as we are keeping an eyeball on UCLA, Nebraska. Nebraska down 26-42 with under 16 to play in regulation. Hasn't been a pretty game, but we'll talk a little bit about what we've seen so far and whatnot. And mind you, post-game will be on right after the final buzzer right here. Harrison may be holding it down alongside Austin Orman, who is out in sunny California. So we'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. Bryant, whatever it takes.
At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody. MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better-than-internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Nick Whyman.
Welcome back. Late Night in Lincoln. Thank you, Wally Johnson, Norris girls basketball coach, for stopping by. It means a lot for him to do that. But Late Night Lincoln continues here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. And now we have out of the bullpen, Harrison Arns. It feels like, a couple hours ago we were sitting here together.
Yeah, my pitch count's already way too high. I don't know what the hell you're grabbing me back out of the bullpen.
You're like Yamamoto for the Dodgers in the World.
Pretty much.
You're like Yamamoto in the World Series coming out. You pitched in Game 6, but you're now pitching Game 7. We are running out of pitches. It's like a 17-inning game.
Well, and the other pitchers are traveling. Some are down there in the game we're going to talk about here.
Yeah. That's Austin. He's been down there all day.
Got pitchers all over the country.
He was going to stream in, but the California traffic was a little overwhelming. And I totally get that. A little different.
Could have also just been at the In-N-Out drive-through.
Yeah, that's the place to be. But Nebraska currently down 50-34, 13:02 left in the second half. The game
16-point game.
16-point game. Nebraska's been in a deficit like this before, but this is a game. It's just UCLA's had control since the get-go.
Yeah, I say that with the 16-point game with a shrug because it feels like it should be more. And I don't think it's been necessarily pretty game to watch at times, although UCLA's had some flashing moments where I can see the officiating text coming in already, and I think there's some truth to it, but we'll see how the rest of this thing plays out. But so far, it's been a pretty physical UCLA team. You give them credit. Maybe overly physical to the point to where you think there should be foul, but they've also shot the ball really well. So you have to give them that much.
It looks like the stream froze. So if you want to, if Harrison, you want to go down and unplug the stream down. Oh, it looks like we're back.
I was going to say it didn't.
It was frozen, went black for a second on me, and now we're back. So I just speak it into existence, Harrison, and you come right back. So we're good. We're good. What we were just,
it is freezing quite a bit. So I'll go fix it while you fill air.
So yeah, it's freezing up. That is why we're here. That is why we do it. And it looks like the button over here is frozen too, but that is what we do here. But Nebraska down 50-34. It's been a weird game. Nebraska, you got signs of USC where Nebraska goes down early because UCLA was hitting some tough shots, shooting 60% from the floor. Before you sit down, Harrison, can you unplug the cam over here? The thing's frozen over here. Never mind. Now we're good there. We are mixing it up after midnight as well.
We're good.
But I was comparing this it felt like USC because UCLA came out, hit some tough shots to begin the game, and you think UCLA would cool off at some point, kind of like USC did, but USC obviously didn't do it at this high of a rate in front of this kind of a crowd. I'm surprised with the crowd because UCLA, they haven't drawn a great crowd, but it's senior night for this team. Any senior night for any college basketball team is a big deal.
See a fair amount of red too.
And yes, but they've been able to weather the storm, and they have played, like I said, they have played the top teams in this conference tough at home. It's weird. This is the same team that 3 days ago, in a couple of minutes, lost to Minnesota on the road. However, this is the same team a couple weeks ago that hit a shot against Purdue to beat them at the buzzer. This is the same team, Donovan Dent, going the same direction on the court they're going right now, went coast to coast to win the game against the Fighting Illini.
Well, they also, they only lose to Arizona by 2 early in the year on this court.
Played, yeah. That was a neutral site game against Arizona.
Okay.
But still.
Either way, this is a good UCLA team. I know me and Raph talked about a lot of the other shows I did throughout the night. My job was not going to be on the floor if Nebraska found a way to lose this game, although I would be surprised. I did feel really good about Nebraska heading into this one, being the team that got to sit back at USC, stay in California. Meanwhile, UCLA, which could be a reason why they're maybe playing what looks like to be a little pissed off. And I mean that in a competitive way, where they seem to get more after us physically. After taking a tough loss on the road to Minnesota, they're bouncing back, which seems like in a very positive way. We'll see. I think Nebraska's got to find a little bit of anger, not in a way where you're going to get a bunch of stupid fouls, but it feels like the refs are letting you play physical. So you might as well, if that's the way they're going to call it. And it doesn't mean being dirty, but hey, if they're letting you push off, maybe push off a little bit more and try to get yourself some separation.
If you get boxed out, you can throw it elbow or whatnot. They're going to let you play.
Nothing cheap, but they're letting you play.
And you just got to play to that style. That's how they're going to call it. He stinks this time of year too, because if somebody gets, takes an elbow to a head or something like that, you get a concussion, and then the Big Ten tournament comes around and, somebody gets hit with an elbow or whatnot, then that guy's out for probably a week, maybe 2, and then that puts you in a weird situation then coming postseason time. And this game, look at the guards for UCLA. Trent Perry with 14, Eric Daly Jr. with 12.
Is it just red hot shooting, or what's going on there?
I mean, Perry is 6 of 10.
Jeez.
Daly Jr. is 5 of 7.
Yeah, so
neither one of them really shooting threes. 2 of 4, 1 of 2. They just been. You think they cool off at some point? Nebraska right now 4 of 21 from 3, which is the same. Ironic that is the same number they shot, 19% against Iowa when they lost. The exact same percentage. On the other side, you flip 7 of 21 for UCLA, 33% from the 3-point line. Neither team really shooting free throws, 6 apiece for both. Nebraska 4 of 6, UCLA 3 of 6. So not really anything that. UCLA field goal percentage 48%, Nebraska 34%. I mean, you're shooting.
We got to figure out a way to get these offenses going a little bit better in the first half.
I mean, yeah,
the slow starts things becoming more and more real. Again, not that I'm going to panic and say it's the reason we'll lose right away, but I mean, this is another one where I feel good about this team's ability to come back. It's just not always great to have to come back.
And you can't you can only do that against so many teams. Like
exactly.
A team like Maryland, you can kind of get away with it because you're the superior team, and then you put a 4-minute spurt together and it happens. UCLA is going to be a team. Look at the body of work. This is another tournament team. Like, this is another Iowa. They are a tournament team. 7, 8, 9 seed. Do they have some bad losses? They got blown out in Michigan and East Lansing and Ann Arbor to Michigan and Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
Lose to Minnesota this last week. Their resume is not perfect, but they play well at home. They win at home against the top teams. As we're looking at it right now, they flash the graphic 16-1 at home.
Yeah.
And then they show the resume on the TV there. Like quad 1, 3-8. Strength of schedule is not great. Key wins. They got Purdue, Illinois, and then losses. They've lost to Cal, who's not great in the ACC. They lost to Indiana and Minnesota. Most recently, the Gophers in Minnesota. They're going to be a
quad 1 loss or wins. You see 3-8. It's like, boy, they missed to be at the bottom of the quad 1. It's like, no, ranked Illinois and Purdue. And then
maybe this one.
We'll throw in whoever in there.
If this one's still, there's 11 and a half minutes to go. A lot can happen during this.
I mean, yes, this is a very surmountable lead. We can easily cut into this, but it's going to take that magical second half defense, and there's only about 11 minutes left to go.
They'd need like an 8-minute spurt or a 4-minute spurt where they just go lights out, kind of like what you saw at USC. But Nebraska hasn't been able to fully put that together. Like, you make a shot on one end, but UCLA comes down the other end and answers right back. They just been able to answer. Credit to them. And they have such a, like right now, the bracketology, they have them, in a 9, 10 seed or whatnot. UCLA is a odd team because, like, you look, so let's just forget about tonight and the Big Ten tournament for UCLA. How do you rank a team that only plays well on their home court, which is not a site for the big dance? How are they going to fare at a neutral site game, not at Pauley Pavilion?
I mean,
but the issue is they have the wins, though. That's just how the schedule works out. They have wins over top teams.
They do, and this happens every year. I mean, there's the Big Ten's always bring doors, but across every conference, there's going to be some teams that have some really bad losses, but they win a lot at home. Even when they're playing against really good teams at home, they find ways to win. But when they go on the road, they'll maybe lose to Wisconsin or Minnesota or Penn State. I think that's just UCLA this year. They're a good team at home. A lot of teams are usually a lot better at home, and you're certainly seeing it in full effect this year. There's probably a lot of other teams. I'd have to actually look at the Big Ten that don't have great records or have some unique losses, I should say, but at home look relatively spotless.
I'll give you a guess right now. Looking at the box score, who is leading Nebraska in scoring? If you had to take a guess, I'll give you one guess.
Cale Jacobson.
Yes. He has 11 points off the bench, 4 of 7, 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. Second is Sam Hoiberg. Those are the only 2 players in
the 2 walk-ons. Nice.
The 2 local guys, technically.
2 local walk-ons.
Sam moved here when Fred got the job, went to Lincoln Pies at 10th. Cale Jacobson, Ashland Greenwood, won some state titles there as well. Those are the 2 guys leading the charge. Braden Frager right now, 0 of 6, 0 points. Burke Buchengel, return game in a sense for him. Not no bad blood with that one either. It sounds like it's what it is. He has 2 points. Price Sanford, 6 points. Rink Mast, 5. Jamarcus Lawrence, 2. only one of your starters is in double figures. That usually doesn't bode well for an offense in college basketball.
No. And I talked about this with the bench earlier. Like, are we going to have to identify some guys that maybe can bring in a little bit more off the bench into our offense? Like, it's times like this where you're like, man, Connor Essegian sounds really good right about now.
So DP and me talked about him last year. It's like, what if you had a guy like that who can come in and hit a couple threes and play defense and, hit one and, hey, it's contagious. The next one goes in. No, it's contagious across the entire team. You don't have that. And he's
the 3 and maybe D. It depends. His defense isn't, I'm not going to say it's horrible, but it's not an elite defender necessarily. Although if he knows how to play in Fred Hoiberg's defense, maybe you can be a pretty solid defender in it. I just like it for the firepower purposes, but I know they're trying Garcia, it looks like right now, and we'll see if they can get some run, but they need a few more spark plugs. Still a 14-point game. Every time I turn around, it's a 14-point game, 14-point game.
UCLA has been able to answer and makes a couple shots or get into the line a couple times, but it's been a weird day in college basketball. Like a very, there's always one day a week where it's like, whoa, what happened here? Kansas losing to Arizona State before this one. You had TCU, another team that's kind of been, they're kind of like a UCLA where they're kind of a thorn in the side out of nowhere. They beat Texas Tech.
Miami, Ohio almost lost. It was, you have to go back, I think a few days ago.
Saturday last. Or
it was like some like Western.
Friday, they beat Western Michigan.
It was 67-65
against Kalamazoo, Michigan. They struggled there, but then they've been able to, the 30-0, they won tonight. What a weird, we're into this time of March where the stories are stories. Nebraska, like you said, back to 14 now. Sam Hoiberg gets a shot again. What a weird game. You go out west, we figured there'd be a tricky game in there. And this is hard to, go out there. Like I mentioned, this is weird. It's a weird thing. Nebraska's been situated there as the road team while UCLA had to return from Minnesota off a loss. That plane ride back from Minnesota was probably not pretty. You lose that game, a game where UCLA is a team who can't afford to stack losses this time of year. And now they have a chance to really etch themselves into the tournament and pick up another win over a ranked team in this conference. What a weird scenario. And they're a team where this could, depends how it all shakes out. Nebraska's a 2 seed, a 3 seed, UCLA could be a 6 seed, 7 seed. These teams could see each other in Chicago in a week, which is crazy to say. Imagine seeing this game played at a neutral site, maybe a little over a week from now. You get that rematch again, and then it just adds to it. Nebraska maybe counter that one if the score ends up being what it is.
Well, we're due for a few more rematches. We'll see what we get in the Big Ten tournament first off, right? And then, because wait, where's Big Ten? Is Big Ten's in Chicago?
It's in Chicago
at the United.
I believe so. Yes,
where the Bulls play.
Where the Bulls play. Yes. On that note, I want to talk, before we get into more basketball, I want to talk a little bit more Big Ten tournament. They should bring back the pinwheel with the colors.
Oh yeah. Where'd that? I'm trying to think of when the last time I saw that was.
It's been a couple years. It just was unique to the tournament.
I liked it.
Well, now you have 18 teams, so you can add a couple colors in there, put a little like neon green with a little like yellow for Oregon. And
it's been more than a couple of years. It's been a few.
I remember that's what I'm synonymous watching the Big Ten, when they play in Chicago or Indiana or what. I remember seeing the pinwheel at the logo at half court. They got rid of it. I think that was that
was iconic. Now I have all the flashbacks of the Big Ten wheel.
See like Taran Petaway hitting a 3 and stuff
that's
like that.
Exactly the era I'm thinking of.
Like that's kind of the time you remember seeing them play like that. But it's been a while. I think it was like the 2010s the last time they added that.
They must have scrubbed it. Yeah,
they should bring it back. It's such a. I see that and it's like Big Ten tournament.
The Bob Costas called NBA game today, so nostalgia's back in.
I saw that they did a retro broadcast. They had a retro graphics all across the board.
It was better than the game itself.
I was going to tell you the game was bad. That was my watch before coming here to catch the Nebraska game, and it was not pretty to say the least. But we're gonna go to break. Nebraska currently down 14 still. I feel like that's the magic number throughout this. Every time we've looked up, it's been 54. It's 54-40 right now. Still 9 minutes to go. Nebraska have some time, but they haven't really made a huge
14-point difference.
14 points. You hit a couple shots, maybe something falls your way, maybe not. I don't know.
Hit a couple shots, get some stops.
If you're sticking with us, 402-464-5685 text line. We'll talk. Obviously, We'll talk more as this game goes on. We might talk a little bit something just away from the game, so then we're keeping our attention away from the game. We'll talk big picture college basketball. We'll look around scores when we come back here, and we'll talk a little bit about the state tournament. We'll talk about that. How's that sound? We'll talk NSA girls state tournament, which tips off tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We'll talk a little bit about that and what we like about the state tournament when we come back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln. Before I bring Andy on, we want to wish you joy, success, and good health in 2026. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie. And by the way, that was well said.
Andy, I know you want to kick off 2026 with a bang. What's going on at the dealership?
We got a lot going on here, Charlie. We have incredible savings on every new remaining 2025, New Year's savings on every new 2026, special low long-term financing, and special lease rates. The biggest news is we have more than 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from.
How about pre-owned?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas right now with prices starting at under $10,000, and we have special low rates.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home. Influence all day. Stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. At DWE Generations, having a plan matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's most important. They work with individuals, families, and business owners to help make smart financial decisions that support life today and set the foundation for generations. David Darlington, Russell Walton, and Cody Eiler bring decades of experience, and their dedicated team provides follow-through, answering questions, explaining next steps, and staying connected as life evolves. DWE Generations, a generational wealth planning firm. DWE Generations is a marketing name for individuals doing business as representatives of Northwestern Mutual. Visit generations.nm.com or call 402-483-7871 and ask for David, Russell, or Cody.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Nick Whyman.
Welcome back. Late Night in Lincoln with Nick Whyman, Harrison Arns, alongside with me here in the 93.7 The Ticket studios, 1040 O Street in the heart of Lincoln, Nebraska. As Nebraska basketball, a little update. I'm assuming you are
12-point game.
12-point game, sit in that same window. 7 minutes to play. Nebraska trailing 57-45, 6:51 to go. Teams are starting to get more to the free throw line and whatnot, but a very interesting game to say the least. Nebraska hasn't led in a long time, and they are, missed layup just happened just now. Ball was batted around left and right, and Nebraska keeps possession. They've had second chances. They just haven't been able to put the ball in the bucket and be able to get some stops on the other end. Very, very odd game. But we're going to shift gears for a segment. We're going to talk about the state basketball tournament. Girls state basketball tournament starts tomorrow. Almost today, in about 9 hours.
I was gonna say, like, pretty much right now.
Pretty much.
Give it 7 minutes.
If you're playing, refereeing, coaching in that tournament, you're probably asleep right now. But tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Dundee County Stratton versus Loomis, the first game at 9 a.m. we will have on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You'll have plenty of other games. You'll have 5 other games following that. 9 a.m., 10:45, 1:30, 3:15, 6, and 7:45 approximately for those games. What are some of your favorite memories of the state tournament, Harrison? Like, there's been a lot of really good ones in recent memory, like since the decade. I remember, 2020, the COVID one where the fans weren't allowed, and only, close relatives.
What was one of your favorite memories?
Not just because of that. Listen. Let me finish the story, Harrison. Let me finish. It's almost midnight.
Fair enough.
So obviously that's the downfall of it. Oh man, we can't.
Yeah.
But that year, Bell West played Millard North in the championship. Hunter Salas on Millard North played Chucky Hepburn in Bell West in the championship. And it was a electric game. It was because that was when everything was like NBA game.
Did we know that he was going to Gonzaga yet? And then Hepburn to
at the time, no, they were still uncommitted. I think
uncommitted.
They were both uncommitted at the time.
Or
so
undecided,
yes, or whatever. At the time, so is like, hey, these are the top 2 guys in Class A basketball.
Yeah,
this is a big game. Obviously, circumstances, only close families there. MLB and MLB, NBA, NASCAR, whatever you name it. They were not doing anything. This was like one of the only games going on in the country, in the world.
That was so lame too that it was like shut out. Well, it wasn't shut out, but like obviously because of COVID.
But yes, if
big time bummer.
If they had
so
that,
if
they had that game, yeah, imagine what they would have had with a game with a real crowd. Obviously last year Barrett Boziger hit the 3/4 court shot against Pius to win that game. I remember talking to him after the game, and he was like, I just kind of threw it up. Like he didn't realize like, oh, I have to shoot the ball here. He was just like, I had the ball landed in my hands and, just threw it up there and see, what happened. And he got it off in time and nothing but net. I mean,
wow, what elation. So he didn't even think about like the shot.
No. So the ball, the play was,
I remember it was such a bang, but it was incredible.
It was like Pius got the inbound. They ran like a kind of a football set play kind of on
bad,
the side,
bad toss.
on the sideline. And the Pius player tried to like kind of, get a shot off, throw it up there, but it was nowhere near the rim, lands in his hands around like, a 3-point line, the free throw line on the other half of the court. And there's like 1 second. Let me just let it rip and
splash.
That was the only shot he made that entire game. Sounds like a movie in a couple years. I don't know.
Kind of a bad movie.
Hey, not all movies ending good. This is like a basketball.
Well, I just mean like nothing. That was the only points until the end of the.
And McCoy Folkers before that hit a really good
movie.
shot. Let's say, and then the next day they lost to Scud on an offensive rebound. So it's not like a storybook ending because not. I mean, a lot of the sports movies do end with like,
Well, I just mean it's funny. I mean, that's a lot of nothing going on until you get to the bang. That makes the last 3 points.
Documentary.
Yeah.
Documentary.
Britt Prince and her mom being the head coach.
That
one was fun for obvious reasons.
Elkhorn North, a new school, jumping in there.
Cal Jacobson, Ashland.
Yeah, that year he had the ball in his hands and he passed up the game winner to a guy in the corner.
And that was right after he scored 30 or 40 something.
Yeah, he scored like 35 in the semifinals to get Ashland Greenwood to the finals. And after that game, Bryce McGowan's was there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, they dapped up after the game. So it's like that kind of wild now. You see him now. He's leading Nebraska in scoring here in the March 3rd, 2026, currently in this game.
Crazy.
And then
I remember all the Crofton runs too on women's basketball.
They're in it again this year.
They're in it every year. That's Crofton.
So,
they had a shout out Arns's. Hey, there used to be just a legacy of really good players over there. And there's like a ton of Arns's. And I couldn't tell you if they're all related. I'm sure they weren't because it feels like there's so many year after year, but they had such dominant teams. And do you remember what the head coach's name? I should know. It's part of my area.
They've been around forever.
But this one head coach, the guy that used to do it for the longest time, I don't think he does it anymore that had a ton of those runs, but there still looks like at it after he's retired.
So they were like an underdog team. I think they were like a 10 seed in a district final. They were playing Elwood Murdoch on the road.
Yep.
Make the trip. That's quite the trip from Crofton. And somehow get a win. They somehow find a way every year. Like, are they a top seed? Like they always like. There were a couple of years they were just like
people overlook the Northeast, man.
They got some good. They got some good. Like Why Not's up there too? Isn't Why Not? Where's Why Not located? If you gave me a map,
like very Northeast, even more Northeast than Hartington, Nebraska. The problem is I can give you these landmarks, but they're small towns that you're not going to know where they're at either. So Why Not? It's by the river, really close to the Yankton, by the bridge,
by the river. Not you didn't even give me a river name.
Mississippi.
There you go. But
the classic.
Still, it's that's just the beauty of state basketball. These small towns come and they get to play on a big stage, and that's like tomorrow morning. Like Nick's calling that game. You have Silver Lake playing Archangels Catholic after that. Then the Class A teams take over the nightcap, and the same goes for Thursday. Bloomfield, 1 seed, playing Arapahoe, Amherst, and Sutton, and then the Class B teams then take over with Norris Blair, Gretna East, Sydney, Bennington, Scotts Bluff, Pius, Beatrice. Those are some really good games. Class B is a juggernaut in itself. And then Class A, I mean, you have the local teams with Lincoln North Star in it, Lincoln Southwest, and you have the Omaha teams. You have Kearney. Kearney girls basketball hasn't been in state in years.
What's their mascot?
The Bearcats. Bearcats. But they haven't been.
Just small town knowledge. Since we're just like kind of killing time here. Anyways, before we get to the Husker Hoops postgame show, go ahead and finish your point. Then I got some trivia for you.
Yeah, I just like the state tournament because you just see the small town teams, and you just see. I like the student sections. If you're a small town like a D2 school and you only got like 50 kids in your school, you have them all there, and then you have the bands come in and everything, and then
the entire student body shows up in 2 buses. It's awesome.
Well, did you hear Norris doesn't cancel school for their team? Usually they cancel schools to the student body. You have to get a sign out sheet. You get a sign out sheet after third period to then go to said game.
Ooh.
What would you rather do? Would you rather stay in school and not go to the game, or would you rather go to the game and then sign out of school? And then, because
do they have to go back to school after the game?
No, you're signed out.
Well, you'd be stupid. I would go not get the sign
That's
out
when Wally told me that, I was like, well, I know what choice I would make if I was in high
First,
school.
you have to make a choice, though. At least for me growing up, it was like we made it feels like every year. Shout out Cedar Catholic Trojans.
Oh, they always were. They were in
but
it.
They're not in it. Well, actually, knock on wood there. I have to double check. But yeah, no, we'd always get the whole day off. The band and everything.
All right, give me some trivia before we go to break. And then
I was going to ask you how well you knew the small town mascots. Cedar Catholic
I don't know. Knights?
Close. Trojans.
Yeah, that's I went for a basic one because there's like bold. There's so many bold.
Bloomfield.
I have no idea off the top of my head. I'm not good with D1, D2, C2.
Have some respect. Actually, I think there might be D1.
They all changed.
Bloomfield Bees. Pender? I know you know this.
Pendragons. They have a cool mascot. I don't know if you've ever seen their mascot on the sidelines. It's like he's kind of like I don't know how whoever's the
must be new because they didn't have a mascot when we played them.
So the last couple of years I've ran into the Pendragon at state basketball. He gives out like knuckles or whatnot. He's able to like flip the costume where he like balances on it, jumps on his head.
Oh, that's
when
awesome.
the band plays. It's different, Pendragons, Sterling Jets. They're the only Jets.
Crofton.
What are they? They're a weird one.
No. They're pretty generic.
Crofton. I don't know what.
There's an NBA team that also shares this name. This NBA team's on the West Coast.
They're not the Kings. They're not Clippers. That's Malcolm.
No.
West Coast. They're not the Trailblazers. I'm just running down the teams here. I don't know off the top of my head.
They had a dynasty, some would argue, like very, very
Warriors.
Yeah.
That's another generic one.
Yeah.
I like the teams that are a little different, like Pendragons. You got to be a little different.
Is it the Pendragons or just Pender Dragons?
They're the Pendragons.
I didn't even know that. I just thought it was
See,
Dragons. That's hilarious.
That's what I mean. Like,
no, I like that.
You're different, and that's what makes it unique.
We had the Wildcats, Trojans, Bloomfield Bees. It might not be bees, but I feel like it's the Bloomfield Bees because their mascot is a bee.
That sounds like a minor league. They might be like Hornets, but Bloomfield Bees sounds like a minor league baseball team, like a team I would be like, oh,
I can see
they're a double A team or whatnot. So
Ponca,
I can't remember them. I have no idea off the top of my head.
I think it's just Ponca Indians. I'm pretty sure.
That's what there's so many schools like that is like a this sounds like a
this would be a good segment to go through all the small town.
I was gonna say this sounds like a good. I don't know if they're doing it tomorrow morning. This sounds like a good Shut Up Sipple segment.
Yep, Battle Creek Braves. Yeah, this would be good. Good Shut Up Sipple.
I hopefully I didn't just spoil the topic for tomorrow.
No,
but that is in a couple hours actually. They'll be airing in about 6 hours for early break. But we're gonna go to break. I'm gonna fill one more segment of Late Night in Lincoln. And then
we'll see what happens here for the game, for the time in between for tip off, because I think we're about 5 minutes left. So
I think it's under 4. They just took the under 4 timeout. Nebraska's down. We'll see what happens, but we'll take a break. We'll come back, finish out Late Night in Lincoln, and then we're going to jump right into post-game basketball with right after the final buzzer sounds between Nebraska and UCLA. Appreciate all you rocking with us because this is after midnight, it's a middle of the week. You got work and whatnot. We appreciate it, and we'll have time to discuss after this game with UCLA. So we'll be right back. Late Night in Lincoln, Nick Whyman, Harrison Arns here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln. There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe. One last night, one legendary career. On April 4th at 7 p.m., Love Nebraska hosts Love Austin at Baxter Arena, and it marks the final home match of Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson's career. From world championships to unforgettable runs in Nebraska, she's defined excellence at every level. Now she shares the court one final time at home against an Austin squad ready to compete. It's more than a matchup. It's a farewell to a Nebraska icon and global trailblazer. Be there to witness history on April 4th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com nebraskastateeducation.com/tickets.
Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for Truck Month. Check out 0% financing with approved credit on all F-150s excluding Raptor. Or save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select 2025 SDX and XLT models in stock. Check out many service specials as well. $20 rebate on the Works package or up to $50 off new brakes and rotors. Maverick, Ranger, Super Duty, F-150 or Bronco. It's Truck Month at Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
It's seafood season at Amigos. Time to get that one-of-a-kind, crisp crab rangoon burrito and dip it in some sweet chili sauce. There's a crab rangoon Frenchie, too. Enjoy grilled fish, grilled shrimp, or crispy fish tacos, wrapped in warm whole wheat tortillas, topped with pico de gallo, cabbage, and Amigos Chipotle mayo sauce. From jumbo shrimp baskets or fish and chips to fish tacos, there's something for everyone. You'll love the bold, fresh flavors of seafood at Amigos. Amigos is serving up a brand new way to score the bold, fresh flavors you love with 8 affordable value meals. At $5 and $6, these meals are easy on the wallet, so treat yourself anytime. Sink into the new 3-cheese melt or taco melt, both stacked with crave-worthy flavor in every bite. There's crunchy taquito dippers, too, perfect for dunking in Amigos' famous ranch or spicy cheese. Big flavor, small price. Value meals at Amigos.
Hello, parents and community partners. Read Across America Week is this week, March 2nd through the 6th. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. We need your help to inspire a love of reading that lasts a lifetime. volunteer in a classroom, read with your child, or donate a favorite book. Let's celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday and show our kids that reading matters at school and beyond. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Nick Whyman.
And we're back here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. The show rolls on. We are past the midnight hour, 12:11, officially Wednesday. Happy state basketball day to you, and happy state basketball day to me. But here we are. We still got 9 hours till end. Nebraska currently down, out of reach. It's out of reach now. 2 minutes to go to UCLA 72, Nebraska 51. Yeah, I mean, UCLA controlled throughout, and it was a wild day in college basketball. Arizona State, before this one on, beat Kansas in a game where Bill Self got ejected and there was a technical. And then this game, interesting.
I wasn't expecting a blowout tonight, I guess is where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I expected if UCLA was going to win, it was going to be kind of like a close, what happened to Illinois, what happened in when they played Purdue. That's what I fully expected in that one between these two.
Did Nebraska ever grab control of this game? Like, not even just points-wise. Did I ever feel like it? I'm trying to... Because I don't mean this sarcastically. I think there's a good chance I could have had my back turned or I was like
they cut it to, like they were in that 4-12. And they were never really within single digits, it really felt like.
It felt like UCLA.
UCLA was just
control.
UCLA was just in control, but the show rolls on here at 93.7 The Ticket. We're going to turn it over to the post-game coverage, as always. Put in your chats, 402-464-5685, the Sarah Heyman Jewelers text line. We'll be back for post-game for the next hour. Austin Orman may join us from California, different time zone. We'll see how that works out. We'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.